Hey everybody, in today's video I want to talk about the withdrawal symptoms from junk food, sugar, and carbohydrate addiction. I like to call it a healing crisis because when you go through the withdrawals, this is exactly when your brain is healing the damage that was inflicted upon its receptors. And it's important to note that those symptoms that I'm going to mention, they don't just start and never end. They come in waves, they come and go. Sometimes you could have, just a full day of extreme fatigue and it could last a full day. Sometimes it could be a day and a half. Oftentimes, though, it comes in bouts of just a few hours and then it goes away. And as you abstain from drugs, when I'm saying drugs, I'm talking about sugar and carbs and junk food, all of those drug-like components. So I shouldn't even say drug-like, they are drugs. So when you're abstaining from those drugs, the longer you've abstained, the less the frequency and intensity of those withdrawal symptoms get. And that's a great thing to look forward to. All right. What are the withdrawal symptoms? Grief and mourning. You start thinking to yourself, wow, am I ever going to be happy again in the future if I can never eat cake again, if I can never eat sugar again? That's a classic sign of withdrawal. Cravings, intense cravings for anything that's junky, anything that has carbs in it, anything that has sugar in it. Headaches, extreme fatigue. I know that this happened to me. I had a full day where I literally could not get off the couch. I felt drained. I couldn't do anything that day. So that's a classic sign. Brain fog, depression, anxiety. Before you go and see your psychiatrist and try to label yourself as having clinical depression, make sure you're not a junkie first and foremost. And I don't say that to sound mean because I consider myself to be a junkie, a sugar junkie in recovery. So that's actually a very common thing. If you look around you, the vast majority of people are either overweight or obese because they're all addicted. This doesn't mean that we have to stay addicted. Gut disturbances, you might get cramps and diarrhea. Hunger, you might feel a little bit more hungry than usual, and that's just an emotional form of hunger. It's not necessarily real physical hunger. Irritability, anger, mood swings, sadness, flu-like symptoms. What we like to call as the keto flu is really just sugar withdrawals. You've entered into a sugar withdrawals phase. Insomnia, changes in sleep, feeling emotional, having nausea, dizziness, lightheadedness, meat aversion. You cannot even stomach the thought of thinking of eating meat. That's a classic sign of withdrawal. Night sweats, heart palpitations, cramps, electrolyte imbalances. That concludes the list. However, the longer I work in recovery with sugar and carbohydrate addicts, the more random symptoms that they report. It seems that there is no system in the body that isn't influenced in one way or another. It just depends on the person and their genetics. And so they could have certain symptoms, but not the others. So just watch this video on repeat, immerse yourself with all kinds of content on sugar and food addiction as you are withdrawing so that you don't feel like you're going crazy or going mad. It's going to help you feel better that you're doing the right thing. It's called a healing crisis, and eventually it is going to end, and then you will have a healthier, happier, and much better brain. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell icon so that YouTube alerts you every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.